Just give us a couple minutes, Alexis, and then we'll start after 5. Give a minute or two, make sure everyone gets here. I'll share a screen and we will go through the trust workshop. Okay, fantastic. Thanks for your patience. I'll turn on your mic and stuff in a minute in case you have questions when we go through the course or the workshop. I just want to see if anyone else comes. It's not for, this isn't for, people that already have the trust to ask me questions. It's for people, looking to get the trust. So just let you know. Because time comes with, our, yeah, perfect. Okay. I just want to make sure, I don't know who signed up, so I just, I'm going to turn on your mic in case you got a question as we go through it, but give me a minute. Thanks for coming. We're going to go through a couple, basically a PowerPoint that, explains the trust, and if you have any questions as we go through, just holla, and we'll stop, and we'll be like, oh, I'll go through it. Okay, so just going to keep it simple. Great. All right, it's 5, so let's see. All right, Alexis, I'm going to share the screen, my screen with you. This. Great. Can you see the screen, I hope?
Yes.
Excellent. All right. So we'll just go through the slides. Really just talk to me, Alexis, and anything. So this is just trust workshop. We're going to explain the trust to you. Yeah. And we only have one way to get the trust anymore. It's just through this Mechanic Mastery Edition, just because we have found people need my time, just so everyone is dialed in, and it comes with it. And you get Business Finance 101, which is, of course, about getting credit for the trust and so on. And it tells you all the details of why you might want to choose this name for the trust or that address and so on for getting credit and for banking and commerce purposes, which is relative to most everybody. So I go through that there. But we'll go through that more. So what's this trust about? It's a common law irrevocable ecclesiastical trust. It has a 508c1a designation, which means it's a 501c3 automatically. It protects your assets. You could have no real estate taxes. You could apply and get your real estate taxes removed for property. It helps. You don't, there's a difference between your person and, personal bankruptcy and your trust. So they're two different businesses. So you can open up this trust and just operate. It's like, hey, it's not mine. Yay. Nothing to see here. So also no tax liability and no reporting of taxes, which is wonderful. You could also get, when you get business like this trust, and learn how to get business credit and credit for the trust and so on, which is that Business Finance 101. Of course, that comes with it, comes with the trust. It teaches you how to get credit, and you get much higher credit limits with business credit cards, and it reports to your business credit, which is good to carry balances. You get much higher credit limits and lower fees. So business credit is great, and that way your personal credit can stay zero balances and have high credit and be great. So let me move my window here a second. Sorry. Uh, so what is a trust, right? You know, trust is just like a corporation. You know, like a person, like a nonprofit, LLC, what have you. It's the same as that. It's it has other rules than other entities. Like an LLC has rules about getting taxed and so on. And sorry, I'm trying to get my thing so I can read the screen. Oh well, my face just blocks it at some point. Whoops, sorry. So you could avoid probate. It means you know, you can pass things from generation to one generation to the other without taxing, no taxing of any kind, because you just have a new trustee the next generation, and the trust stays in place and it owns everything as it did. It operates how the next trustee decides or whatever. And you can have multi-generations or multi-people as trustees if you choose to, which if you're kind of like doing some family stuff, it could be a good idea. But we go through that. Anyway, so all that, you know, you handle it within yourselves. Each family gets this trust. They make their own decisions privately without any other interaction from a professional or government or what have you. So you know, you know, protects the assets. That's about family wealth planning. So assets, right? Trust property. What is that? Money, real estate, any kind of thing with a title like cars and so on, bonds, mutual funds. Like you could get a Schwab account or TD Ameritrade account in the name of a trust, and then whatever, buy, sell, whatever. There's no taxes, nothing like that. Okay. So a trustee, see, this is where they get own everything. I mean, own nothing, control everything. I'm just trustee. It's not mine. You see, that's legal. And so you're just doing it for the beneficiaries, which you don't have to name. So, you know, okay, great. That works, you know, okay. Let's get back on here. There we go. So I'm going to get me out of the way. What do you say? Okay. So assets, what are assets? You know, like, well, I was just going through the money, bonds, things you can have in an account, like, you know, trading account, money, Bitcoin. You can have a Bitcoin account, like a Coinbase account, no problem. And a trust, own real estate, like any deeds could be in the name of a trust, no problem. Family planning, avoiding probate, pay no taxes, and security and protection and privacy. So you don't report. Oh, I gotta go to this. Oh. So some of the key points: a trust is separate. It's a separate entity. It's its own entity. It's you know, does its own things. It's not you, the person. It's not an LLC, and so on. So it's not yours, and it's something you don't own. You're just trustee, so you don't own. Yay. But you can do anything you choose to do as trustee, so there's really not much of a difference. There are a lot of different types of trust, but this is the only type of trust, and I'm the only individual that's proven that this trust is tax-free. I've proven it by doing my own, putting it up, and so on. And this is copyrighted trust. No one else has done this. It's being done by the wealthy elite, but they're just not giving out the information. I am. So this is an irrevocable trust. A revocable trust is seen as a tax sham by the IRS, so you never want to have one. Irrevocable just means it's a tax rule. It doesn't mean what people think it means, and they just put it in a name to confuse people, as you know, you would think. But it just means you can't put an asset, say a house, in the name of a trust, and then put it right back in your person. Then you'd revoke it going into the trust. And so, yeah, that would be like trying to avoid taxes. But if you actually put it into the trust, which of course that's what you want anyway, it makes it seem like you don't want to do that. But of course you do want to do that, because this is a tax-free trust. So you could, I could put my real estate in a trust and then apply to have the taxes removed, the property taxes. So, you know, they make this word irrevocable seem like a bad thing, but it doesn't mean what people think. It just means the trust can't stop for any reason or anything unless there are no trustees or anything. So it just continues. It's the only type of trust that's legal, really, that the IRS sees that way. So, and again, it's protection from your person, right? So you operate a trust, you don't operate your person, and then your person has nothing. So get me an EBT card, Medicaid. What do you got? I'll take everything you got, and you run your trust as said. You see, you have no bank account for your person. You're gaming the system, but hey, they game the system, right? Remember, it says memorize these faces, right? You can see from history these things where this type of trust has come up with the super wealthy, like Ted Kennedy, Chappaquiddick thing, where he's driving and he's drunk and some young lady loses her life in an accident, and the family is distraught. They can't get a criminal case against the Kennedys, of course, so they try and sue them for money, thinking the Kennedys are rich, but they actually win the case, and it turns out the Kennedys don't have any money. It's all in trust. So,
Wow.
yeah, that was the outcome of that case. So I was like, okay, learn from that, And Nelson Rockefeller, he's vice president of the United States, and his whole quote was, "The secret to success is to own nothing and control everything." That's what Rockefellers use trust. So he's just out front. This is how you do it.
Yep.
Trump was wealthy because his father had this giant, New York land trust with all this property in it, and Trump is just next trustee. Okay, that's how you become super wealthy, generation to generation. You just pass it through a trust. That's what they do. And he has other side businesses. Let's say he builds the credit right for them or whatever, lends a bunch of money, then he donates it to his main trust. He's like, oh, well, that business went out of business. Whoops. He just sucks his money out into the trust. Did it again, did it again, did it again. That's just the way, that's just the vacuuming process for them. So that's what he did. And it's like, well, where are your taxes? That whole thing. Well, they don't report. They don't pay. I mean, it's obvious. Now Warren Buffett, wealth, what could be a more evil title than like the wealthiest human? What I mean? Like let's just call you the greediest. Okay, great. But and then comes really is quoted as saying that he pays less taxes than his secretary. Well, how's that possible? This is how. They're just telling us. You see what I'm saying? They put it in our face. So. I don't know if this is going to play. Oh, maybe this will play.
Because it's a voluntary.
This is. I'll start it again, but this is an interesting little video where this is one of the elected officials from Congress, right? A congressman, this Republican from California, and he is asking questions of the head of the IRS commissioner, okay? And so he's just saying about what they talked about. And in this twice, he says that the tax system is a voluntary system. He says it twice. Right here. And it's in full agreement. So
Because it's a voluntary system of payment of our taxes.
Agreed.
And so you are right. It was a foolish mistake. But the president's even more correct that it was outrageous and intolerable. Now, let me also focus on something, Mr. George, you said. When you were asked, was there any finding or evidence of political motivation here? You said no.
That's correct, sir.
Okay. And so what we find is a situation where inexcusable activity took place because it erodes the confidence of the American people in a system where they participate voluntarily.
So that's just the point. You see what I'm saying? They tell you right here. I gotta go to the next slide. They tell you right here. So I have a disclaimer in here, but basically, we gotta not block the disclaimer. There we go. It's true. A person must pay taxes on all income, right? A person is a business, right? Okay. You should always pay and never evade taxes owed. However, trust is another topic. We'll walk you through specific systems that reduce tax liabilities, protect assets, and give amazing benefits for our clients. This is not legal or financial advice and offers no warranties. However, we're happy to show you what exactly has been working for our clients 100% free. This is only for people that take action and follow directions. So, I'm just going to show it to you, that's all. In 2008, the big crash happened. I got crashed too, lost everything. And for years, I taught people how to beat the bankers and all that. I've done 50 court cases against the bankers, more than any human alive. And, I helped a lot of people for a long time. But then it was like, okay, this is how you sort that out. After that, it's like, well, how do I get them out of my life? How do I protect what I have? When I had nothing, I want you off of me. But now that I have something, how do I keep it safe? You know what I mean? So, and that's where this come from. It's like, oh, okay, because I've got an MBA and a master's in accounting too, both, and I was an auditor for a while, and it's like, okay, nobody's ever doing what their books say they're really doing. They're saying one thing, and then what he's doing another thing. So that's when I began to watch, and I was like, oh, okay. What's this ego we trust, And you can't use the word trust or bank in public, like on any advertiser or anything, unless it's a bank or a trust. So I looked it up. Oh, that's a trust. That's the United States. Oh, well, they're tax-free. Their land's tax-free. They use a trust. Okay. So this is all legal, And so then I copied what they did. So, and then I figured it out in 2016, and I've been doing it ever since, posting my proof and proof of all our students and so on. And we have this wonderful school now where we teach everyone. So, and like I was saying, I lost my business and everything. Like a lot of people did. I ended up homeless and so on through that. And I beat my dad. I cleared that up, helped a lot of other people with it. But then, like I said, I got to this part. It was like, how do you protect people, your things, and so on, so they're not taken. So this is our team here. Put it over Dylan. He didn't get his photo up yet. Anyway, Dylan helped with social media. I'm the co-founder of this, and this is my copywritten work here. Shannon is the co-founder and director of the trust. Caroline helps us, student support, as well as Tammy right below her. Those two you might interact with if you're like, they're like support for students. They get a lot of repeat questions, so they help with all those type of things. Eric keeps the website up. Kira keeps our advertising looking beautiful and so on with video and a lot of that. And Amy, she helps the whole school show. She makes the website run and everything and manages everyone. So we have a team. We love this work. Oopsie, I'm in the way again. Okay, so after a decade, we made it easy. It's just a course. You can do it yourself. You don't need a professional. There's none of that. There's no extra fee. Once you take the course, you have all the knowledge you need to do everything you need to do. From then on, it doesn't cost money to start the trust or any of that stuff. It's just you use the skills we give you. That's it. And it's really quick too, which is kind of nice. There's some writing to read. You can take it that way. We have a video that's just over an hour, and it's like, here it all is, and you basically choose the name of the trust and address. I kind of recommend you get it into our other course too that comes with the Business Finance 101. So, because you're going to need to name it, give it an address and all that kind of thing. So that helps with that, in case you want credit cards and so on. But then it really is very fast. You make an appointment at the bank and just go in, hey, I got my paperwork, and they open the account. So it can be done really quickly. What's different about this trust and other trusts? It's a private trust. You do it yourself. You have the knowledge and you do it yourself. There's no, hey, call a lawyer, call an accountant, call me, call, No, there's nobody involved in this except for you and whoever you choose, you, your family, whatever. However you decide, it can be one individual or just yourself. So all of the trusts go through like a lawyer, accountant. They get a public license, which means they can't actually tell you about this trust. They'll get their license taken away because it's a public license, you know. So let me just, I am going to check to see. Oh, well, I don't see anyone. Okay, I just want to make sure there's no one else in here. So anyway, other trusts are made by these professionals, and of course they're all taxable. They go through the Secretary of State. They are not going to tell you about any tax-free trusts over there at the lawyers and the accountants. So, oops. So never pay taxes. This is really cool. Whoop, come back. Oh, you're doing it on your own. There you go. It's like an automatic thing. Cool. Let's go up here. So never pay taxes. This is really cool. Here it says U.S. Code, 508, special rules with respect to Section 501c3, which is wonderful. So this is, we go down to the C there. It's you shall be treated as an organization. See, well, let's go through. Whoops, I could use my pointer here, I think. Yeah. Oh, okay. Go up to A, new organization must notify the secretary they're applying for recognition of 501c3, except, right, as described here. Oh, where, who's the exceptions? Let me check down here. C, 1. Oh, mandatory exception. I'll take one of those, right? Mandatory, right? 50 was C1, boom, A. Okay, churches, comma, I got churches. Oh yeah, they're tax-free, cool. They're integrated auxiliaries, cool, like some churchy thing. And conventions. Oh, a convention is an agreement between two parties, so that means anyone can do this. So, that means this is a mandatory exception, meaning you don't apply to become tax-free. Here we go. Maybe this fills it automatically too. No. Whoopsie. Some of it does. Oh, okay. So this is never report taxes too. And again, we're exception. Oh, returns by exempt organizations. Okay, this is exempt organizations. Organizations are required to file. Okay, required to file. And then where's exceptions? Again, exceptions from filing. Great. Mandatory exceptions. Great. Same exact wording. Churches, comma, there are integrated auxiliaries, comma, and conventions. Oh, sweet. So exactly the same wording. So never report. And we just saw never pay taxes, which is phenomenal. And you're like, well, okay, that was an IRS comedy book. Yeah, but here's something that isn't. And this is from the SBA. This is guidance from, this is FAQ, frequently asked questions, right, for faith-based organizations. This is from the SBA on the EIDL stuff and the PPP. So, frequently asked questions regarding participation of faith-based organizations in the PPP and EIDL program. Oh, okay. So how will churches qualify if they've not been informed of tax-exempt status by the IRS? Do organizations have to request and receive tax-exempt status or just meet the requirements to be eligible? What a question. Churches, integrated auxiliary churches, comma, and conventions. Oh my God, same exact wording, right? Mm-hmm. Or associates qualify for PPP and EIDL, sweet, as long as they meet the requirements of 501c3. Okay, mm-hmm. And PPP and EIDL. Now, what does the second sentence say? Here's an important one. Such organizations are not required to apply to the IRS to receive tax-exempt status, C508, C1A, which we just talked about. That was the code. Oh, mandatory exception, yay. You see, so you don't apply. It's fantastic. So, and you can protect any asset, meaning you could have a bank account. Anything could go in the name of this trust. So, absolutely anything, including, you get rid of it also nullifies the deal with the we trust. So, hey, government, hey, no more jurisdiction. So it includes yourself. You can secure any asset, money, which could be Bitcoin or what have you, any of those things. You can get accounts in the name of the trust, no problem. Any kind of vehicle, anything with a title, you can put in the name of go to the DMV, bring your trust, bring your EIN. Hey, I want this vehicle in the name of the trust. Okay, here's how you do that. Fill this out. Boom, boom, boom. That's it. Any real estate could go in the name of a trust instead of like an LLC or person, right? It could go in the name of a trust. No problem. What's in the name of this type of a trust? You can then apply to the county for tax exempt status from your property taxes. Yay. And we go through that in our training. Your business, what you think of as your business, whatever that is, you could just have a trust, and whatever transactions you do, again, it's structure based, it's not action based. Whatever you do with the money, whatever you think of it as business or whatever, it's let's see what we got here. Oh, great. Yeah, so you just run your business, whatever you want to call your business. Money is coming and going and so on like that. Yes. But it's not going to be taxable. You don't report. So that's the thing, is as long as you're using this type of entity, that's all that matters. So you don't have to be a legal expert. We train you, and you do this. That's it. It's not that complex. It's a really simple process. We did give you a lot of extra information. We gave you the information you need, the documents you need, the steps you need to take, but nothing else. And then you go to the bank. It takes like an hour there usually. Make an appointment ahead of time. Where you bank now is probably a good place to start. And then that's it. Give me my debit card. What's up? Yay. As soon as you get the debit card, push the money over there, close your personal account. Yay. Your person, right? I have nothing. Yay. Own nothing, control everything. Yay. So, it's fantastic. So we took all the effort out of this. Basically, we teach everyone how to do this. Okay, you don't have to go look this up and learn how to. No. There's once you have the information, the only thing you're going to do, for any money of anything, to get this started is just print out the documents. That's it. It's a piece of paper. So and that's why it's that's 1% left. You're doing it yourself, so there's nowhere to go to. There's no time spent. The only time spent is you learn this, and that's it. And then, there's no, there's no studying of all these 150 trusts and all this information. You don't do that. You were just like, oh, this is the information you need, and that's it. And everyone's successful. So you read and watch the modules. Takes about maybe 6 hours. You're like, okay, I'm ready to fill out the document, get the EIN, make a bank appointment, and then that's it. You could do it in a day if you really, worked hard. No rush, but you could do it. So, this is the way out of getting taxed and the financial system, and have a big brother look over your back. You don't report to anyone anymore. No one cares. You just go ahead and do whatever you do, and no one's watching. It's private. So remember, it's completely legal. They just told you yourself. It's not like just because you don't know up till now just didn't mean it wasn't happening. It's always been happening. So, and let me tell you, people come to this, they're like, no, taxes, wah! Yeah. if we know one thing about the super rich, it's one thing, right? They're super lazy. They're super lazy. So that would mean no paying taxes, no reporting, no paperwork, and you get no money. That's them. You see? So, and it's invisible that way too. It's quite clever, you see. So no one's ever had a problem that has done this. Not me, not our clients. I post my proof from day one out there. You know, here's Christian Ministries Trust. Here it is. Secretary say everything, just so people wouldn't worry. So no one's had the least little bit of any problem of any kind. So, and that was, you know, you get through this and you're like, wait a minute, you know, own nothing, control everything. The fact is, we have owned nothing. We were given this business called a person, and we ran this business, but it had tax consequences. And we didn't know that. They always say, that's you, that's your money, that's your credit report. Well, no, we ran that business. We didn't own anything. Wait, we can't own anything. So you can't own anything anyway. So have it in a trust where you don't pay taxes and you don't report, you know. You need to control it, i.e. it has to be in a corporation. That's what they were saying. But, you know, the trust owns it. You see, they're very clever like that. And that gives you the side benefit of now my person, that business, it has nothing. That straw man is a man or woman of straw, burned it alive, it has nothing. It has no bank account, has nothing. In fact, give me any benefits. Sign me up for EBT, 00000, expedited EBT, yay, thank you. You got Medicaid, where do you got? Florida doesn't have it, but other states have plenty of benefits now you 100% qualify for. And if you have work, you know, in a W-2, you cannot fill out like a trust in there. That's just for a person. But if you have a W-9, you fill in a trust, no tax, no reporting. Yay. You get the 1099, and so does the IRS. They know you don't report. Hey, you don't. Hey, that's it. You don't fill out any paperwork. You don't report. It doesn't matter. You just don't ever do it. So it's wonderful. This is work for everyone, really, right? Getting chased by debt collectors. Oh, my money's all gone. It's in a trust. Sorry. You know, the IRS, I've had people come to me with millions in IRS collections, even with current like losses, and they end the second they get this trust. Moved everything over, what? And they're like, oh. Why? Because the IRS knows this. They know it's legal, so they quit chasing people. It's like, okay, the IRS is thieves. If you have no money in your bank account, which they can tell you do or that you don't, they're like, oh, it's all in trust. So that's the end of that lawsuit. You know, wealthy people come to this like, oh, okay, this is how they do it. And like I said, financial planners and CPAs, I get a lot of them because they were never told about this. How do they know? They're like, pay your taxes, death and taxes. Yeah, no, just the death part, not the taxes part. And it works for everyone. Like, you know, any business, anyone. It's not like whatever the situation, it works for everyone. Mm-hmm. So we used to have we only have now the McHag Mastery Trust, and this comes with the. This comes with the Business Finance 101. It doesn't come with the Advanced Financial Solutions anymore. But we added a better course to do with credit and so on. It's better. And the 2 advising sessions with me you schedule at your time that's good for you. So I talk you through it. And we're here for a year too to help you. Email, what have you. Any questions, it's really, and you get all these bonus material too, how to work with the trust, all this information that we have. So it's really complete. You can really start this, really feel comfortable. And then once you get this, we have only one more course that if you want to know everything about how to operate a trust and everything you do with it, like I was saying, property taxes, blah, 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 all that stuff. It is just one course after this, Advanced Financial Solutions. It's very affordable. So if you feel like you want to get there, but this is, you need the trust. Everybody needs the trust. I mean, no more taxes. I mean, yay. I mean, your first year of EBT, that's $234 a month. That's a 41% return on your investment, and getting the whole investment back in your first year, because food stamps is like almost $3,000 now. It's like, it's amazing per year. So you get paid back in year one from the trust, just from that. That's not even taxes. I didn't even say taxes. So, and that's all that extra. That's all gravy. That's all extra forever. And then we didn't even talk about the time. Your time back from not reporting it. Oh my goodness. So, we have a lot of testimonials. We really are really proud of our support and our testimonials. Our testimonials are very unusual. They have notarized affidavits with them, so you can tell it's real people. Oh, we have someone else here. Whoops. I'm sorry. You can now talk, Aliyah. Yay.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. Sorry, you raised your hand. That's so cute. I didn't know you could do that. You figured it out. Way to go. Because I get a full screen and I'm doing this, so I'm sorry I didn't mean to block you or anything like that. If you have any questions now or when we go through this, please just throw them out, okay?
Yes, I have a quick question.
Go ahead.
I purchased the Trust Mastery system, and I just wanted clarification on the best address to use for that. I do have a UPS store address, but I was told that should not be used because it didn't look like they could Google it and look and see that it was a UPS store.
Yes.
So I wanted to see if I need to go and get an actual virtual office and phone number, or like what is recommended for that to get funding.
Okay, I'll answer your question. This is supposed to be for people that haven't got the trust yet, and you should be used by a tribe that come with the trust, so it's just one-on-one, because this is going to go public. But I will tell you, because it's like, it's fine, a public question, no problem. But get me over there, please, in the future for stuff. But yes, I'm happy to answer, because it's relatively easy. And I'm going to do a video about this soon, because I get asked this a lot. It needs to be a physical address, okay? It can't be a P.O. box. It can't be. Okay, that's it. Can't be a P.O. box. They can tell the difference. So let's say you're registering at a Secretary of State in another state because you can't register in your state. Let's just say you're doing that, okay? You're going to need an address. And they have, some, for Alexis, who's in here, she's asking a question about getting credit, okay? You need to register in the Secretary of State to get credit, and she's asking about how to do it. It is in case your state doesn't allow it. You can do it in another state, which is fine. Like the trust I created first time, I created in Arizona, and I ended up registering it in Florida, to create a credit profile because they allow it there. So, and that's fine to do. You can register a trust in another state than when it was created. It's no big deal. So you get an address in that state. Let's say it's Florida, whatever. And you use like a service. If you don't know someone with an address, if you don't have an address, you use like a service that's not a P.O. box service, but and not rent an office space service, but rent a physical address, mailing address service. And it's something like Regency or something like that. They're two big players that are nationwide, and they usually, they're in every, at least medium-sized city, every large city for sure. And so it's just a service, and basically you would pay for the service while you're getting your trust registered. Once it's complete, okay, it's registered, you no longer need to rent that space, okay? So it's, a couple $100 a month until you get it done, probably something like that, all right?
Okay.
Is that completely clear?
Yes, that's good. Thank you.
No problem. I'm happy to help. I know this got a little jumbled, so that's why I answered it here, because I wanted it to be easy for you. Stay if you want, and if anything comes up, it's fine, okay? But I'm going to keep going, all right? Good to hear from you. And keep us posted on your success. We're happy to help, all right? Okay, so what
Hi
we
guys, my name is Scott. I'm a student with Jack McLiberty Aid Academy program, and I got nothing but good things to say about them. They have been so helpful. They've actually helped me with my 10 cases that I'm currently going on. And the best part about all of this is it's real, and all you need to do is submit a trust. You have to protect yourself so you can move all your assets into this trust and be able to take everything out of your person and eliminate all the debt that you have accumulated over the years. I'm Scott, and I hope that you found this testimony helpful. This is going to be another testimonial for me after this is all done. But for now, I'm giving this to you guys to know that the work is real, and I was able to make some tremendous progress with this. So in the 2.5 months. So anyway, take care, and I look forward to sharing with you guys more.
So we just have a ton of testimonials, okay? If you really have any questions, I mean, you got to see them. They'll just blow your mind. Everyone's so happy. But, some in particular, like, you could go watch the videos. This is just words taken, like from that testimonial Dee Dee has. She did one. And this is really apropos, though. You saved my life, even though it doesn't look like much has changed. Everything has changed. In other words, you're going out there, you're living your life, and you pull out a credit card or a debit card. No one knows anything. It's invisible for you. Your life completely changed. You're using this trust. You get back all this time and money, and all this aggravation is gone. But it's just to you because you did the work. It's invisible to everyone else. This is Greg, yeah. Liberty Aid Academy's support has been vital in the creation of this trust. Any questions or concerns they answered. The whole community has been a big support. The proverbial weight or fear has been lifted and will be continuing with all of John's work. Yay. I love it, Craig. I mean, that's simple. And these are just like lifted quotes from, you can go hit the testimonial link on our website, libertyaidacademy.org, and you'll just watch them all. They're fantastic. Even more on our YouTube channel too, just even more there. So, reasons not to get the trust. I mean, you don't think you can do it. I mean, everyone that, gets in the course, we make sure they get to the other side. It's, we do more talking about it, but the doing part is actually, it's pretty easy. You're nervous, right? Okay, but I tell people, you should really be nervous about where your money is now. Once it's in the trust, everything's fine. But now, when you're a person, they created that entity or LLC or whatever. You got it from them, so it's not private. This you create. You should be worried now, but not when you get the trust. Worries are over. You think it's too expensive. I mean, just the EBT card alone, you know what I mean? I don't even talk about not reporting taxes, not paying them, all that. That's like extra. I could treat it like that's some main money, but I mean, anyone can get an EBT. It's so wonderful. Here we go. So it's just a one-time investment, it's just, you get this information, it's a course, that's it. So if you have any questions, you can email us. There's the email. Email us, fine. And you could also, there is a 15-minute talk you to have with someone who's, not me, who can tell you what I've trained them to, talk about the trust and so on. But if you have any real questions or whatever, I'm here too. But whatever comes up, why wait? The second you do it and open the account, that's when it all starts, all the benefits. No more reporting, the monkey's off the back, that's it. I think that might be, yeah, so this is where you get in touch with us. So, Alexis, and we're going to put this up, public.
I did have
yeah, Alexis, go ahead.
okay. The other young lady that was on the chat mentioned something about a debt savior program. Does that come with the trust?
We don't offer that anymore.
Okay.
We're just not going to do it. It has been, we are my work, my copyrighted work has been the only thing successful against debt at the bankers. And because of that, it is so impossible to keep the school open if we do that work. And,
Okay.
and it would take so much time and energy to help people through that because it's a step-by-step process and all this stuff. So we could achieve so many quick benefits but with the trust and, help a lot more people by not
Okay.
going into that. So
What if I was interested in doing the trust? I've been doing research, and I think my husband and I were ready to make that investment in ourselves. I just think that God has led me to you, but we have debt that we want to take care of as well. Does the trust kind of cover that?
No, but let me just give you some basics, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you could get time with me. It comes with the course. Like you could schedule time with me. What I suggest is you get the course, okay? You like, okay, I think we're ready to open the trust. Then get my time. We'll talk about the trust. We'll talk about your debt. We'll talk about all that, okay? And we'll get oriented, all right? But basically, if I heard you right, I think you said you and your husband. And so that's two persons, right? And you could have a trust together and or, a separate trust for each one of you, There are different ways to do things. Now, I have a partner too. She doesn't like to fight the bankers and so on, right? She doesn't like that. And I understand that, I accept that. So I never mess up her credit, right? We never mess up her credit. She did it one time a long time ago. I helped her out with that. Now we don't mess up her credit, She's like, okay. And so, a couple things about that. She got as much money as she could and degrees from the student loan thing, almost $300,000 worth in student loan debt, doesn't pay a penny on it, and it's on her credit report as a positive. She has a 777, credit score right now. So great credit. And yet all that debt and, no problem whatsoever. And when my credit's messed up ever, like some of it now, I just go authorized user on her stuff where we're never out of the credit game. So cyclically on purpose now, I'll build my credit up to as high as I can get, as much $100,000 as I can get, and I'll take every penny. And then I'll just be like, great, thanks for the gold liberties. I just go down to the coin shop, thanks for the gold liberties. And then I'll go trade them in for cash later. And I just won't pay all the credit cards. That's legal to do. What? I don't have any money.
Right.
That's legal.
Right.
That was your business risk.
Right.
Great. Okay, cool. And now, worst case scenario, credit's messed up for 7 years and I got a couple $100,000 from you. Thanks. Even trade. Good deal. And I'm keeping in the credit and I'm not messing up my wife's credit. You see what I'm saying? That's just a basic overview of how to think. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
We're just working this system. It's not your debt. It's over your person. And, build the biggest house of credit cards you ever possibly could build before you mess up your credit. Get real money, hundreds of thousands, get real money if you're going to mess up your credit. Otherwise, fix one and keep it good, and then let one be a disaster until it isn't. Then really, you'll have these skills and knowledge and so on about how to build credit and so on. You'll not feel as need to pay. Like if your credit isn't good anyway, why pay them? Try never to mess up with Chase or Amex because they have the best credit. And so you just go authorized user on the say say, oh, my husband's going to mess up everything like I did. You know, I don't mess up Chase or Amex or Capital One because I'm going to use them, you know.
Correct.
But the other ones, who cares? I don't care about you. I'm going to mess you up because I'm not going to use you, so whatever. So just a different way of thinking. You know, first you need that mindset to be in place.
Right.
So the weight of, oh, I'm bad because of debt. Now, this is a game of musical chairs, and somebody's always getting thrown out so they can steer their home or property or whatever. You know, the bank never signs a contract. There is no contract. They just made up a guy we, trust notes on the spot. There's no asset behind them. It's strictly, literally slavery. That's what it is. That's all it is. So, and it's not, it's slavery to it's slavery to the devil. So no, thank you. But I'll take your money when I can get it, and the rest of it, I don't feel bad about it at all. I only feel bad I could have got more. That's the only thing to feel bad about. I'm trying to get more next time. Because we didn't create this their slave system. So this is just the best information and kind of like the easiest steps to not really impinge on your life. It only makes it easier, Start with the trust. Everything's safe over there. Great. You can never touch anything we have again. Now, what are we going to do about this debt and so on? Hey, we could chat about it, and talk about the things to do, okay?
Okay.
All right.
No, that was good. Yeah. Okay. I think that
you good?
Yeah, that was just I think that was my because I knew that I had read your book a while back.
The debt and so on, the Great Deception. Yes.
Yes. And so and then I had did some other research. So I'm right there with you. I know that they've been paid. There's no real loan. They don't have the money to loan. They're using your money, your social. I get all that. But I just didn't know if I had to go through that process before I could do the trust.
No. That's the beauty of it. No. That's the thing. Okay. That's why I put down that work, because there's so many advantages of just getting the trust and putting down your person. They lose jurisdiction, whatever, my debt, whatever, You're not going to take my money, so who cares? So, no, you don't have to do any of that. That's why we moved to let's just do the trust. The debt's just not a concern really after. I mean, it is a concern, but you're not going to pay them if you don't have the money, and they're not going to get any money because your money is safely tucked away in a trust. So what are you going to do? They can't do anything.
Right.
So first thing, put that money over there forever where it can never be touched. We never have to report. Everything's safe. It's just me and my husband, and we decide everything. That's it. Okay?
Got it. Yeah. So if we wanted to go ahead and purchase, I am a full-time student, and I know you offer a discount for students. If we wanted to go ahead and purchase, what do we just...
This how that goes. It's easy. You write us an email to that email right there, contact@libertyacademy.org, and you take a photo of that ID, right? And you send it in with that email, and we go, oh, okay, cool. We'll do an invoice for you, right? Which we do, and it's got a 50% off. You get it in your email, the one you let us know to send it to, right? And then you just make that donation. It's not as instantaneous because we're like, oh, okay, the donation happens. So next business day, we'll get you in. You'll get an email. You're in.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. I'll send you an email today with my Florida State ID, and then we'll plan on starting tomorrow or sometime this week.
Wonderful, Alexis. You're really going to like it. Your problems in your life are going to, go away.
I have faith in God. I don't think God would steer me.
Yeah. Plus, you and your husband working together on this, it's really, a lot's going to change in your life for the better. When you're doing this work, don't plateau for too long. Email us. This is what we do. We love this. That's why it was like when Aaliyah came out, I was like, nah, you're supposed to do it this way, but we want you to do what you're doing. So you got it to me. Let's do this. No, we just care that you have success. So email us. Anything comes up, we keep you moving. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you for your time this evening.
Okay. Nice talking to you, Alexis. Have a wonderful evening. All right.
You do the same, Mr. John.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.